Discover a hidden non-Israelite, wise priest of God, unveiling his skills. The story of Jethro in the Bible provides a unique perspective on racial diversity, the timeline of divine revelation, and his immense wisdom. While the Israelites were yet to receive the law and knowledge of God during their time in Egypt, Jethro, a non-Israelite, had prior knowledge and worshipped the Most High God. This essay examines the implications of Jethro's early knowledge of God, the significance of his worship, his wisdom, and how this narrative challenges conventional assumptions about the origins of worship in the biblical context. But before we unveil Jethro's skills and wisdom, let us know him a little bit deeper as the priest of the Most High God. Jethro's pre-existing knowledge of God. In Exodus 18 verses 1-5, the Bible introduces Jethro as a priest of Midian and the father-in-law of Moses. When Moses fled Egypt and arrived in the land of Midian, he encountered Jethro's daughters at a well, and they eventually led him to Jethro. From this initial encounter, it is evident that Jethro had a distinct religious background, as he was referred to as a priest. The biblical text does not explicitly detail the specifics of Jethro's faith, but it does indicate that he was not part of the Israelite community. Jethro's worship of the Most High God. In Exodus 18 verses 9-12, we find a pivotal moment when Jethro expresses his faith and worship of the God of Israel. Jethro was delighted to hear about all the good things the Lord had done for Israel in rescuing them from the hand of the Egyptians. He said, "Praise be to the Lord, who rescued you from the hand of the Egyptians and of Pharaoh, and who rescued the people from the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all other gods, for he did this to those who had treated Israel arrogantly." Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and other sacrifices to God, and Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat a meal with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. Jethro's worship of the God of Israel showcases the existence of a pre-existing knowledge of God outside the Israelite community. The divine revelation to Israel. Before their deliverance from Egypt, the Israelites were in bondage for centuries, where they were exposed to the polytheistic beliefs and idolatry of the Egyptians. During this period, they had little knowledge of the God of their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. However, God's revelation to the Israelites began with Moses' encounter with the burning bush. Exodus 3 verses 1-6. It was during this encounter that God revealed his name, "I am who I am," and commissioned Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. The role of Moses in revealing God to the Israelites. After the exodus from Egypt, Moses assumed a pivotal role in the wilderness in teaching the Israelites about God and his ways. In fact, in Exodus 18 verse 16, Moses told his in-law, "When they have a difficulty, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I make known the statutes of God and his laws." Question: why did Moses say, "And I make known the statutes of God and his laws"? Who taught him? This time around, the laws of God were not yet given on Mount Sinai, but only in chapter 20. The biblical narrative reveals that Jethro's prior knowledge of God predates Moses' encounter with the burning bush. The knowledge transfer from Jethro to Moses. While the Bible does not explicitly detail the nature of Moses' learning during his 40 years in Midian, it is reasonable to infer that Jethro played a significant role in shaping Moses' character and knowledge. As Moses' father-in-law and mentor, Jethro likely shared cultural, social, and religious insights with him during their time together. Implications for understanding religious origins. The inclusion of Jethro's early knowledge of God in the biblical narrative challenges the conventional assumption that the Israelites were the first to know and worship the one true God. Jethro's worship and understanding of the Most High God predates the formal establishment of Israel's covenant with God at Mount Sinai. This recognition highlights the idea that divine revelation is not confined to a single group or nation but is accessible to all those with open hearts and seeking spirits. Zipporah's ethnicity and Jethro's heritage. In Exodus 2 verse 21, Moses married Zipporah, described as a Cushite woman or an Ethiopian in some translations. The word Cushite or Cushi is etymologically related to the Hebrew root kush, which means burnt or dark. This connection has led some interpretations to conclude that Zipporah was of African descent, and by extension, her father Jethro would have shared the same ethnicity. Unity in Christ. The Apostle Paul emphasizes the unity of all believers in Christ in Galatians 3 verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. This verse highlights that in Christ, racial, social, and gender distinctions lose their significance, as all believers become part of God's family through faith in Jesus Christ. Jethro's wise counsel to Moses. In the biblical account of Jethro's wise counsel to Moses, we witness a remarkable display of administrative acumen, executive prowess, and CEO skills that continue to hold relevance for believers today. Exodus 18 verses 13 to 26 narrates how Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, observed the overwhelming burden of Moses as he tirelessly settled disputes among the people. Recognizing the need for a more efficient system, Jethro offered his sage advice, which not only relieved Moses of undue strain but also exemplified effective leadership principles. Jethro's key administrative insights. Delegation and team building. Jethro wisely advised Moses to delegate responsibilities by selecting capable and trustworthy leaders from among the people. He proposed a hierarchical structure with officials appointed over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, effectively distributing the workload. Seeking divine guidance. Jethro acknowledged the significance of seeking God's guidance in decision-making and dispute resolution. When Jethro advises Moses to be the people's representative before God and bring their disputes to him, in Exodus 18 verses 19 to 20, he emphasizes the connection between human decision-making and seeking divine wisdom. This suggests that even in matters of governance and dispute resolution, seeking God's guidance is integral to ensuring just and fair outcomes. Mentorship and wisdom exchange. Jethro's role as a mentor to Moses exemplifies the importance of seeking and imparting wisdom in leadership. Effective leadership is not solely about making decisions and issuing commands. It requires a deep understanding of the complexities of human nature, organizational dynamics, and the broader context in which one operates. Seeking wisdom is essential because it enables leaders to gain valuable insights, make informed decisions, and navigate through challenges with clarity and foresight. Problem-solving and decision-making. Jethro's strategic approach to problem-solving skills demonstrates the significance of analyzing situations thoroughly before making decisions. By categorizing cases based on their complexity, leaders can prioritize their focus and allocate resources more efficiently. Additionally, Jethro's counsel highlights the value of delegation in effective decision-making. Leaders often face an overwhelming array of responsibilities, and trying to handle everything alone can lead to burnout and reduced effectiveness. Ensuring people's satisfaction. Jethro's advice ultimately sought to ensure the satisfaction of the people, which is essential in any given society. Jethro's wise counsel to Moses exemplifies timeless leadership principles that transcend generations and are equally relevant to believers today. Hit notification, subscribe, to receive more inspirational videos and share for God's glory. The journey to discover a hidden non-Israelite, wise priest of God has been a profound and enlightening exploration. Through rigorous research and analysis, we have unearthed the extraordinary skills and wisdom possessed by this enigmatic figure. This essay has shed light on the transcendent nature of spiritual wisdom, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries, and emphasizes the universality of divine knowledge. God bless you.